VIMBAI ZIMUTO, born VIMBAI Ashley ZIMUTO. I was born in Chitumbiza, 1983, and I started music when I was grade 1, vacation band, VIMBAI ZIMUTO, and my first instrument was a tambourine. Fortunately, I couldn't make it because I'm left-handed, and the teacher always wanted us to play with the right hand, which I so. And yeah, so I can't throw my shoe. But then, from grade 4 to 7, I played traditional dance, so I can dance Bagumba, Shangara, Chokoto, Dine, Chongoyo, Nishinyambera. I was also in the school choir, so I can sing in the school choir since grade 7 till the O level. I studied music as a practical subject in school. Fortunately, I went to Sengeza High School, and we were in the first class to study music as a lesson. So I was very fortunate enough that it so happened that in 1997 we started music at Sengeza High School, and we were the first class. So I was also a very outdoor person, which means I did a lot of sports. I played netball, basketball, volleyball. I also played hockey. I was a drum majorette. This I did in my 4 years of high school. So I'm too much of an outdoor person. And after that, I went to Zimbabwe College of Music. But then I went after I had my first daughter, and I decided to continue with my music. So I did musicology, and I was also in the Umoja Cultural Flying Carpet. That's where I met Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi for the first time in my life. And because in the Mbira, I started playing Mbira when I was 12, and when I went to high school, of course, Mbira became a thing that I loved so much. So when I met Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi, he said, and then that was the beginning of my professional music journey. I worked with Mdara for 3 years, and then I also worked with Tanga Pasando for a year. That means I played Yatakatombo Tamba Chikobing Najibodo. So it was one of those memorable years. And then after that, I joined the Music Crossroads, which was, that's when I was part of that with Mokomba and Bongo Love, which is now based in the States, and a lot of other artists who are on the international scene as Zimbabweans. And then after that, I went to the Daughters of Africa, which was a tour organized by the Music Crossroads that was in Netherlands for three months. And then after that, that's when I got an opportunity to go and reside in the Netherlands. That was in 2011 up to now. So just a brief of the exhibition. Some people think that I came up, this expressiveness started yesterday, but I've always been that person. If you're a person who follows me, you will see that I had almost the same traditional photography sometime in 2012 or something like that. And back then, I was just starting my solo career because I had moved from the Black Spirits and to the Netherlands. And yeah, so the exhibition is something I really wanted to do for a very long time. And it's a passion of mine because I'm a diverse artist. Like you heard, I did a lot of sports, which was for me very difficult to choose. I did a lot. And in the arts, I can sing, dance, play. I'm a writer as well. So yeah, I'm a diverse artist. I do a lot of different things in the arts industry. So this exhibition is going to touch almost all the aspects of art that I do, which includes the performing arts and also the visual. So I hope I didn't leave out anything. And yeah, so I'm so looking forward to this exhibition. It's my first, and I'm nervous, of course, but I'm very confident it's going to be a success because we've worked so hard to be where we are today. And I'm very grateful to the media because they helped me out to be standing out where I am right now. So, yeah. My first daughter is 15. That means her first time being on social media was less than a month ago. And she's only on Instagram. I say no Facebook for now. She has a profile. So the first time she saw my pictures, she was not shocked for some reason, I don't know. She was like, wow, you know, I've seen this in our history books. Apparently, the art I'm doing is not something new. It's something that has been done even in the First World War. She came with this picture and she says, Mom, do you realize that the picture you put up for Ethiopian Airline is almost the same as the one I saw in the First World War as a mourning picture? And I was like, I did First World War, but I never saw that. You know, I studied history, and I studied First, Second World War, Cold War, and all. I never saw any picture like that. And then she Googled it for me. She said it is a picture that was done by an artist who was portraying and putting across the story of those who died in the First World War. That was already after I had done the one with Ethiopia. That was like, oh my God, I didn't know, you know? And she came and she gave me this picture. And then after that, because she's 15, she follows people like Ariana Grande, and Selena Gomez is her favorite because last year she was the most followed person in the whole world on Instagram. So she was just doing a research on why is she followed that much. And then she saw a picture of Selena Gomez that's almost the same as my picture. And she's like, wow, this is really, really nice. And Mom, you look really good. And because she's white and you are black, the contrast is really great. I'm hearing this from my daughter. So, of course, for me right now, when she looks at it, she's trying to find the story, not to look at just the picture. And my little girl is more artistic than my older daughter. My little girl is even a drawer. She's drawing pictures of her mom that she sees like, this is my picture on my phone. She's trying to draw this. You see? And she's 8. So art to kids living in Europe, because they are exposed to the international art and the story. It's the same as when people dance ballet, right? They put their leg almost up to here, right? With a little thing like this. And if you do that in Zim, the only thing people see is just the like akushada burada. But in ballet, that is very normal because they have to sit 180 and put their leg up to here, and sometimes you have to hold it here like this, and you are wearing this little thing because if you wear a dress, it's not going to work. That's the sporty part. Just like you saw the Zimbabwean national team of netball. Should they wear longer skirts? Why not? Isn't that immoral? No, because it's netball. They have to wear this little thing so that they can jump up and down and put their leg up like this. So for us to tell stories, we have to give different stories in different emotional ways. When you look at me, and sometimes when I give this expression, and then when I give this expression, it looks the same. It's not the same. First of all, I want people to understand that as Zimbabweans, most of our language when we speak we use a lot of proverbs. We don't speak directly most of the time. Tinotara nechipende chidaiso. And to me, that is already art. But you tell a story without going direct like this, like what you. So the whole point is to tell that you can look at a picture and not see nakedness, but see the story behind it. For me, I'm going to be telling VIMBAI ZIMUTO's story. I went through a lot when I was growing up, and this is going to be just a part of my story. It's not going to be all of it. So the community should understand that for us as artists, it's our duty to tackle things that face the society, but sometimes we don't have to go with the story with Managa Manyaga, so you can tell it in a certain way that people will know exactly what you're talking about, but in a prophetic or in proverbs, so that it becomes very artistic and very expressive. And from my understanding as a Shona, we do that a lot. Sumo, I think every Shona song is a Sumo song that talks about what you are actually saying. So this is how I look at it. When you look at the picture, don't just see the nakedness. I always give this sentence, the story behind the deal going, and we're not talking about Kandiro to but you can explain how to plate. Those are good ways of art is more than just what you see. It is the story behind the story. I'll tell you, I started with these controversial pictures sometime in February this year, right? February this year. I can tell you now it's July. I've been already in 3 festivals. And in Europe, normally they don't hire people immediately. He can tell you, he knows it. They don't hire, if you want to be in a festival, you are hired a year before. A year before, which means right now, if I want to be in festivals in 2020, I'm booked now. That's how they work. So imagine I've already been in 3 festivals. And all of these festivals, they need me next year with my full band. For those who follow me, Magana Ndishiri Zambira and Ndishimba in front of a very big crowd. And the organizers are so impressed by just the solo and they want the whole thing. So that's what we're planning now, to make sure by next year we go with my band and we show them what Zimbabwe music looks like. So for me, I look at it as rewarding. Already here in Zimbabwe, I'm doing this one, and in 2 weeks' time, we have the Bryout, and we have Shoko Festival. I'm going to be part of it as well. So imagine, this is just 3 things, but for someone who has not done big shows last year, I look at it as from Hapana Ponenda, my graph is going up when it comes to work, festivals, when it comes to shows, and just being present when it comes to my career. Yes, the only thing I can tell you is I'm going to be part of the art. So when people come in and you see the exhibition that we're going to show, I will be part of that. The thing is, I've been always in the background. Like I said, I worked with Oliver Mtukuti, I worked with Tango Kasando, I worked with a lot of other artists. And then when I moved to Holland, I did, before I even moved to Holland, I did Umoja, cultural flying carpet. I did Music Crossroads together with Mukomba before they even became who they are today. I did Bukapa Exposure. I was in the Flame Pamberi projects. I did a lot. And then when I moved to Holland, I had to adjust to learning Dutch, learning the culture, putting myself out there. And so for the past few years, I've been building my career and my life in a very step-by-step kind of situation. Because when you move to a different country that speaks a language that you don't understand, the first thing you do is learn the language and learn the society. And now I'm at that point where I understand myself and where I want to go. So you would say it seems coincidental that when I started building my career as a solo, that's when it all happened. It didn't start from the pictures. You saw Apana Koneda. It was 6 months before I put the pictures. But it's the same concept.
You said a lot of people don't want to see naked pictures. Are you sure?
Well, the societal norms anyway. The societal norms.
The norms, the norms. But a lot of people. This is why I'll answer it, then you take it. This is why you find from way back, from 90s, people had this magazine, this funny one that I read, a man with pictures, Scoop, the scope. Why don't you only want the scope, but regular bed. So a lot of people, just because we grew up in a society, maybe Christian based, we grew up in a society, not the religious based, whatever. So you find people don't really show their real art. I've been following, she's my role model. I did a skit, this in Ayembe, did a short, boxer short. My wife was the only person who was touched with it. But then all the people who follow the skit loved it. So we live in a country where people cannot really show their feelings or express how they feel or what they want, because maybe so because when we do art and no, it's art. After this, I'm a character, then I'm a person after being a character.
Okay, so just to add to that, we watch a lot of American movies, and my favorite is a series called Being Mary Jane, whereby no, I'm just being honest. So whereby Gabriella Union, who is married, by the way, happily married, had to make love and kiss almost 15 men in one episode. What do you say about that? Do you say she's immoral?
No. This is now part of their society. I'm talking about the Zimbabwean context.
Okay.
We're coming from a Zimbabwean context where, like kissing 15 men is considered a taboo. And stripping or posting pictures, nude pictures out there is considered taboo. I'm talking about Zimbabwe, not the outside world.
You see, the thing is we make certain things look like they are not Zimbabwean. Culturally, as Zimbabweans, we have a culture where we are not afraid of or being shunned of our own skin. I don't know where it started that we became so unsure about who we are. It's really terrible. In my grandmama, actually, when I look at my pictures, I'm in my 1960s. When I Afro, goof out. So I want you to clarify to me, Guti, what is our culture? What is Zimbabwean culture? What is morality in Zimbabwe? What is immorality? Because most of these things, it's just, most of it is visual. Why is it people are having fun, they decide to go in a bush and indoor the camera? Who is it? It's because, and this is say, I can't express myself for me to do that. I grew up in a home where my uncle and his wife don't even hold hands. They don't. I grew up not knowing what love is. 20 years, the only action you see them doing, that's the only action we see. We don't see the lovey-dovey part. This is what I'm trying to attack here. Being expressive, feel free to express yourself about how you feel. Doesn't do that. It's not kuti, I feel like I want to be naked. But I'm telling you, kuti, I am comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable in being VIMBAI ZIMUTO. I'm comfortable to tell you my story. So I hope that will be sometimes it's very hard to my topic account because there's a lot that we do that when I ask myself what is our culture, I fail to answer that question. Because when you ask the person next to you, okay, what is morality then? Is it me wearing skate church and Friday night I'm a different person? Is that the morality that we have? So
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe just a random question. Do you go to church?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
She grew up in
I grew up a Catholic.
as a Catholic.
And
All my Catholic friends and family, they know me, they follow me.
now
I play Catholic music. If you go on my YouTube channel, I play Catholic music with my mbira. And it has a lot of views, of course, in shares. Yeah. And even in the Catholic Church, we play mbira sometimes on a certain part of the service. So, yeah, morality has nothing to do with how you look even in church or where you stand. I get a lot of requests.
Yes.
Yeah, I get a lot of those. People say, you told me to meet I am personal. And you told that cake, you know?
Yes.
So I get a lot of those. Believe me, ukona inbox yangu ka unoshamisi kwa mazimba anobvunza zvinhu zvakadai. And sometimes you get a message from a very popular person. Very popular. And then you don't know how to respond. Very respectable. I can't even share it with any of this because I don't know what is going to be message. And for me, all I want to do is to stay VIMBAI ZIMUTO and stay to my story, stay to my art, stay to my narrative. And it's not jeopardized by someone and the agenda. You understand what I mean? I get the, believe me, Kwanama message and no one no special message.
So there is always going to be a story behind the picture. Then your ancestors.
Oh my God. This I was for social media. That's the first. I don't even know if they know that exists. I was for social media. So I don't even know what was there in my picture. Jasper Agamira Babushu. He's my designer, he's the one who designed what I'm wearing right now. So I'm going to I told you that 2 seconds ago at Nyatsu. Sort of in the country. But even on Saturday, all my costumes are designed by him and they are going to be completely out of this world. Completely. Yeah, I am highlighting. So yeah, he does everything to the shoes, even to put the Madonna, he's the one who makes them. Yeah, and he's very Zimbabwean and very local.
And Simba G there.
Simba G here is my videographer. So I'm about he's my videographer, so he's the one I'm not going to naked but and then I like to call it nude, not naked, because when you look at there's a big difference. The thing is, when you work with professional people, they know their boundaries. I'll give you example with Jasper and Diana 20 decades. I think I 20 days to make a short issue. So if tikada gaya zokuti dauna zamuga apana chinoda, even on international movies or whatever vakagaya kuti imagine vanhu vai vanodanana vanenge vari mumagumbezi havangotange vari mumagumbezi, vanotobvisa hembe wotoudzwa kunzi iwo chimira chibata apa chita so totora engo iri vanotonotora kana zuva rese just to take that frame. So we need to, I think in Zimbabwe we need to understand that art there's going to be 10 people in a room and you've got to be naked at some point. And they have to dress you, paint you, make you look good. So kana ndazomira pamberi pevanhu hamumbozviziva ndachibatwa nevanhu 10. Mazvona. That's what happens in the art. Saka, yeah. Well, normally my advice would be try to just be you and be original. And secondly, be very open-minded about the things that the change of the world. As the world changes, we need to change as well. I think when I look at our society, we haven't changed much. And when you try to change something, everyone is like, nobody really likes something new. In English, from me being in Zimbabwe, because VIMBAI ZIMUTO Dutch, why? But then because in Dutch, there's a question I always ask myself, why didn't I learn the way? Why didn't I learn the way? And then I find myself, it's because one, it's useless and I don't need it as a genre. But the Mandevelles learn genre because they know they need it for them to be able to interact with the rest of us. But I also feel that it should have been given to me as a choice. Go to perform for baby. Do you want to learn the way? But it was never given to me as a choice. So you see, at the new stuff, we are that society, and I see that from me as a person. When the guys did something, we might there's something new here. Something new. Normally what happens is when you come up with the musica, everybody has music. Because it's working, when we have a supermarket, but we are so creative as a country. We are so creative. We have proverbs. We have a strong culture. We have a blooming culture. We have a oneness. Because we defend each other in front of people. That's who we are. We are a good nation, and we have love naturally. And we have love within each other naturally. But we are not it's because maybe we shouldn't. Is it to our advantage? But sometimes just learning something new can get you somewhere.
We're now waiting for the exhibition.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're promising.
Yeah, I think also 10 million. Yeah.